Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So in this video, we're going to be going over some of the farming updates, or little ninja fixes they've done this week in the Runescape free update. So these are, in my opinion, some of the best updates they've dropped in a little while because there's some nice quality of life stuff in the farming update which are greatly going to improve your experience, especially when it comes to grapevine or hop patches. Now, to go through the start of it, herbs have been kind of not so much fixed. They've had their colour gradients changed massively, so you are able now to identify the herb by colour at the patch and also more easily by the herb on the floor. As you can see by my info, things like cadentine, avinto, lantodime, irit and dwarfweed are drastically different in colour, but it just helps you separate them from the rest. Same with the herb seeds and also same with how they appear in the actual herb patch. Now for the rest of this video, we will go and check out a herb patch and I'll just show you guys how different it is. But it's just a nice little update just to help separate and identify them a lot easier as well. However, even though that's a nice update, it's a nice quality of life, it's a nice change, that is not the best update of this by far. The best ones refer to the grapevines. Now, grapevines, you'll see in a video I do a little later on this week with Sarah Brews. At the minute is one of the best ways to make money with farming. The grapevine seeds are so good for getting the Sarah, Guffix and Zamarak grapes to then turn into wines for insane profit considering how cheap the grapevines are. So the first thing about that is now that the original grapevine seeds, as you see in the info, are now referred to as godly grapevine seeds, and these require level 95 farming. What they have done now is brought in a more mid-tier grapevine seed which are going to make standard grapes, which is good because there was a lack of grapes, and the fact that grapes were 12k each, it meant that there was a demand there and people wanted to buy grapes. So the fact that they've given us a means to do it through farming now is really, really nice. In terms of these seeds, yesterday they were selling for like 2k each, so I didn't think they'd be that much of an issue. They are slightly up in price, so they are currently over 20k each. So let me just whack on the multiplier and we'll buy them for what we need to. And again, these could be a good way for you to make some GP. They come from some mid-tier monsters, so it's always worth like keeping an eye out, seeing if you can do that as well. So they have currently bought for a price of 300k each, so that means they are 75,000 coins each now. As you can see last night, I bought them for 1.1k, so it could just be purely down to low volume. But if you are looking for some monsters to kill for just the grapevine seeds, they are 75k each, and they can be a very good way for you to make some profit very early on. Very similar to how those woodstone spirits were, they can be a very good way to go and make some profit. Now in terms of just for standard grapevines, you only need level 49 farming, which is very good. But in terms of the monsters who drop it, you're pretty much talking master farmers is somewhere you can get it from, but they're not quite listed on the wiki yet where you can do it in terms of a monster drop. So that is something, once it's released, we'll probably go and camp that for a little bit as well because it's something quite farmable. 25k each for a seed, which I imagine it will drop in 1 or 2 at a time, can be some very nice profit. But definitely keep an eye out on this and just keep an eye on what the prices are over time. So we have the standard grapevine seeds and then we have the high tier godly ones. Now, if you are looking to do any grapevines or any methods like this, I would 100% recommend use the Dwarven tool on the harvester. Dwarven tool harvester gives you a chance for double loot, and with the prices of standard grapes or even these god grapes, you are going to make an awful lot of profit. Now if you haven't done any of the grapevines before, you are going to need some planks, 5 planks per actual patch, but one of the best updates they've released, I'm just going to go and show you now. So I'm just going to go to the Manor Farm spell first because I'm just going to buy a couple of quick growth potions just to show you guys like the new grapevines and all the other stuff as well, just to make it nice and easy. Now, with this update as well, some skilling items which should have worked on farming, especially grapevines, but didn't, are now working. So these are things like the Amulet of Farming, we have the Ring of Whispers, and also Magic Secateurs. These now work on the grapevines and grapevine produce, so you'll be getting even more grapes when compared to normal. So we're going to buy some potions for what we're doing in grapevines. It's for sundry potions you are looking to buy. And for the quickest one, we're going to go to Sears. There are ones in Yano and Varrock as well. But so yeah, to have those 3 extra farming boosts, especially for something like grapevines, is very, very nice. So we are just going to go and activate Legendary Green Fingers. We are diseased at this patch, so we'll just need to check that out. Actually, I've not even grown anything. So, right, so what you need to do to start a grapevine patch is to first create your structure. Now, the great update which they've done here, which I'll show you guys once this is finished growing, we'll just use a little bit of a bump up. So these standard or lower tier grapevine seeds are just going to create the standard grapes which you can get from Barrack Guards or stuff like that. But the big thing is they're currently valued at 11.1k. And especially with the Dwarven Harvester, each time you harvest, you're going to basically get double the grapes. and that's without things like your extra skilling items, your green finger auras. You can quite happily rack up quite a lot of grapes per run. So especially if you're looking to Iron Man your own cooking XP, or you're just doing it for some very low level farming profit, this is going to be massive, like very low tier farming profit. You can rack up a lot of profit by doing it. And in my opinion, it's definitely worth adding onto your herb runs as well because of one reason. Now, the reason why you would avoid doing grapes is because you have to go and build your grapevine structure. Whereas now, in terms of this update, this stays. You do not have to keep making your grapevine structure. It stays once you use it, and you just have to apply compost and water. Again, if you have the, I believe it's farming cape, or it might be the massive farming outfit, it already does that for you. The farming cape does a super compost. I'm not sure which one waters it, but because of that, we've just done 131 grapes. So even at the price of 300k, did we make some profit? Let's go and have a look now. So 300k. Yes, we just made 1.4 mil in one patch. And again, with the god grapes as well, you can do the same thing. Use your dwarven harvester, use all your buffs, and hopefully you'll get lucky. At the minute, wines of Sara, 75k each. We have wines of Guthix at a price of 35k each. The Zami ones are cheap, but they always have been, so they'll never really go up in price. But again, in terms of a quality of life, you don't have to drag around all those planks to make these grapevines. You can simply just take the seeds, and it's so much easier to do now. There's a lot less banking, there's a lot less hassle. It's just easier to do as a process, and because of that, it's such a nice quality of life. You know, I am an avid farmer, so this kind of like update or a nice little like ninja fix is one I'm really behind. It is so good, and it really is a credit to the mods who would only have picked this up by doing things like this. By doing farm runs consistently, you would know how like annoying grapevines are, but how much profit they are as well. So to see like these little things be addressed, it's really nice to get them seen being done. But in terms of other things they've done in terms of this farming update as well, yes, they brought grapevines in, and they can be dropped by low to mid-level monsters. Again, I'll find out which ones do drop the grapevines, and we'll go try them out, see if there's some decent profit there. The frame staying is huge. We can now use compost on a patch with frames on it. Again, that was a really annoying little bug. You build the frame and then you couldn't use compost, which was so annoying. They've made a little change as well to the Garden of Kareed, and they've made the everlasting incense be changed to something called Make Sense. And Make Sense provides a 10% chance to make an extra incense sticks when adding the herbs to the final stage of the incense stick, which gives a chance of incense sticks being even more profit than what they currently are. So I think that's going to have to be a video sometime in the future, because if incense sticks are making more profit, especially 10% more profit, they could quite comfortably be cracking 20 mil per hour in terms of like how much GP per hour they're going to make. They fixed Cave Nightshade, and the harvest quantity is now increased, so they could be worth actually growing your own Cave Nightshade. Again, they're linked to all the potions for poison, the wet poisons and stuff, so they're very good. Herbs have been recolored, again, very, very nice there. They've changed all the stuff with the guides and stuff, so if you click guide on a herb, it will go up to the herb filter, which is very nice. They've amended like how the Harmony Moss works, so they've put the rates out, whether it's done by trees or from other stuff as well. But just in general, for me, the one which sticks out massively is what you're seeing on the screen here. These grapevines are massive profit, and if you do have any of your player owned farm beans left, really worth doing for the sundry potions to do this. Like every grape for Guthix in the Invo is 35k, every Sara grape is 75k, and then every Zamorak grape as well. But if you're a low level, farming grapes, just standard grapes, are going to be huge. Like that is a massive, for level 49 farming or whatever farming level it was. For level 49 farming, that is an insane amount of profit to make from one patch. Yes, we have got the Dwarven Harvester, but I think by now, a lot of people would have exposure to the Dwarven tools, whether it's buying them with oddments when they're available, or by getting them as a form of loot from like any common event as well. People will have these Dwarven toolboxes, and the Dwarven Harvester is a fantastic way for you to make money. However, considering this was a small little update week, just a little patch week as well, absolutely 10 out of 10. That was so good. And I know like I've just farmed some grapevines in the Invo. This is probably about 6 mil. I've just done 6 mil. Yes, I've used 5,000 beans. Oh, penguin. But it's really like made a profit from it. And it's getting to a point now where player owned farm beans, especially with these potions and these in-demand items like grapes and all these godly grapes as well, you can make so much profit. Like player owned farms brings profit not by like selling the diners and stuff like that. By using the beans on the growth potions, you can make so much money. So let's just see if we can actually sell these grapes. So I'm going to take 20% off because we can be aggressive. 1.4 mil. So as you can see here, we bought the 3 grapevine seeds, 300k. and we turned that into 1.4 mil. Yes, I did have to use a dwarven like tool, but if we take half that profit away, 750k, we still make 450k from one Grapevine patch. You need to do these now. You need to cash your modern monies here, and if you've got level 95 farming, honestly, jump on these grapes. You will make huge profits. The price of the godly grapevines will be incredibly high. I was buying them between 10 to 20k the other day, but you will still make profit, but check margins beforehand. But anyway, let me know what you think about this update. Do you think it was a really good one? Again, very impressed, very happy to see farming get a little bit of love for some problems which have been around for a little while, but they've addressed it and they've jumped on it as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down below, and we'll be coming back with another episode of 7 Day Bond tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for support. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.